In today's video, we are gonna walk through the best books to read as a video editor. So let's get into the video. So actually, I never loved to read books like 3 years ago or so. I was forced to read random BS because I had to read like this fiction books. Like there's like no implementable steps and everything. Like there's like some story about like some I don't know, some family who were like poor or some shit, like what some BS like that doesn't like make sense, and it's so boring to actually like read the book. You're just forced by school to read the book and everything, you know, and it is shambles. Like I understand that. Like maybe you also like don't read the books. Like I have actually a theory like in my mind just popped in. How about like school force you like read the books and makes you like that you don't like books, and you have this belief system and everything that you don't actually read books like at all, and you don't get any knowledge from any other book like a self-improvement book or some shit that actually change your life like quite literally it makes gazillion% difference like if you read the book if or not. That is just my theory that popped into my mind, but hey, it is what it is. And I bought my first book like 3 years ago, and it was actually Think and Grow Rich, because I heard that in TikTok when I was watching TikTok and everything, when I was addicted to it. I watched some like Latvian e-commerce type of guru or some shit, and he recommended to actually read this book. Like he had like top 3 books to read as a beginner or like a self-improvement guy or something like that, and he recommended to actually read like Think and Grow Rich. So I think, yeah, it's a good book. Like there it is actually. Like here's the book. Like it's in Latvian and everything. Like this book is like legendary. It's my favorite book actually. And I really couldn't understand when I was reading. Like I was reading about some, for example, it was about imagination or some unconscious mind or some universe that I couldn't understand like this type of shit, and like my brain couldn't handle like what universe, like what mate. And I couldn't actually understand when I was reading at the first time, but I read the same book like 3 times, but now I can understand the book from the tooth and everything. Like teeth or tooth, I don't know what's the saying, but this book is legendary. Like buy this book. Like also well listed in this like top 5 like some best books that you need to read as a video editor, because this book is gonna like change your life as a video editor, honestly. And so important now, before we like continue after this whole thing and everything, it is not about reading the book. It is about you can learn from it. For example, if you read the book like you cannot understand, I mean maybe you just read the book, okay? You just read the book, okay? I just read the book, and what can I do about it? Like how can I implement this book? Like it's not about reading. Yeah, I read guys like 5,000 books in the last year or some shit. It's about how many things you can implement from these books, and that's why I actually don't like fiction. Like there's actually one book that is fiction like genre, so it is like good. It's like not implementable, but you have the mindset at least. Like that's the only benefit from fiction books. Like it's also maybe fun to read, and maybe some people like them. So these are the 5 books that you need to read as a video. If you want to like skip the video, like, so I'm just asking you to subscribe to this channel so you will gain more value like this. So see you later, my guy, peace. If you're actually leaving this, but I'm gonna explain each book why you need to actually read this book, and the like what you're gonna learn from it and everything. So let's start with actual Think and Grow Rich. Like this book is, man, legendary. Like my favorite book. This book like hacks your unconscious mind. You will learn like how to like change your identity basically. Like also I think Atomic Habits talks about that, but it's like more BS type of shit. But this goes like way more deeper, and like man, you will not understand at the first time when you will read it, because it talks about some woo shit or something like that. When you will understand your mind, you will say like, oh no, I can actually understand what the author Napoleon Hill talks about. Like, yeah, it makes sense. And actually you will understand how to manage your sexual energy as a male, especially because we have this drive to fuck women and everything, you know, and you don't know where to actually send this energy, like, you know, the fapping, like, you know, maybe you have problem with porn or some shit, then you will understand where to actually put this energy. I will say like little sneak peek. It is actually into your work, into your craft and everything. So that's really important. So you're actually gonna learn common traits of most famous people in the world, like the USA presidents, like how they created their biggest companies, and other influential people in USA in those 90s and 80s or some shit, and how they actually created their company, what traits they took them, how much things they took them and everything, like their mindset and everything. So you will want a fuck ton from this book, so I highly recommend you to read this. Actually, just download like PDF. Even you don't need to buy like a physical copy of this book. So that's like a little tip if you do not like spend money on this type of like knowledge, but you should actually. This is the best era you can get like actual knowledge. You cannot actually input into your mind, but you can actually like implement like the advice the book says, and you will basically do the same thing. And the next book is actually I ordered like today because I was thinking about like a whole like thing and everything. So, and that is Steal Like an Artist. Like this book is actually cheap, and it's like what, $8 or some shit. And this book is like perfectly for video editors, because this book is for creativity, and we know we need to have this creativity as video editors. We need to have this certain style, your own branding style, your own video editing style, because we have actually like naturally each like how like different video editing styles, because we cannot actually implement frame by frame, like pixel by pixel, the whole like Imangaji edit or some Vox style or some shit. And the main message from this book is how to actually create your editing style, like not specifically editing style, but how to steal like an artist like a video editor basically, and create your own video editing style. For example, I'm just gonna like summarize the book because I haven't read it, but what I know about it is you, for example, take some pieces from Imangaji you like. For example, you maybe like some like colors, some aesthetics like icons or some shit from Ali Abdaal. Maybe you like the background from Vox, and you just put that together, and with your imagination and everything, you will just create your own new style. And for example, the smooth video editing style is really like based to like smooth editing, like it's smooth editing, right? Like the keyframes are smooth, but they still implement like some Imangaji like animations or something like that. So it's really important to read this book, like, and I will probably make a whole summary for free, you guys, so you can like understand the book like from my perspective on how to actually implement the book and everything. So stay tuned for this video, and it will drop out like maybe like months like later maybe. So we'll just walk through the second point, and the third point is actually I'm currently reading this book, which is How to Win and Influence People by this book. This is like a newer version, like this is like old version, but this, I think it's like cheaper or some shit. This book is like, damn, it's like, man, just read it. It's the Holy Bible for communication. I forgot to actually finish the sentence. And you will learn how to actually communicate with your clients or in your daily life. It will improve your daily life and your life in general as a video editor. But the biggest benefit for video editors is how to actually communicate with your client and everything. So this book is like, man, I read like 2 chapters and I already learned so much shit. Like, and in the book actually there's like a chapter like at first, preface or some shit, and how to actually maximize like benefit to get from this book, because it's like an actionable book. Like a self-improvement books are in general like an actionable step. But I, for example, like I don't know if you see, like I highlight with my pen and everything, so I like see the main points, and I can make like summary, and I can like read through the book and have the main points from the book, so I have more knowledge and I have more memory. I can refresh the memory and everything. So yeah, I highly recommend to read this book. So the next thing is deep work. Like I already like talked about this book like in many presentations, but this book, like exactly this book, like it's gonna look like that. It cost me like $15, like 50 euros basically. And man, this book is, I haven't read this book, like, but I read in my Kindle, and it was game changing, honestly. I don't remember that much because I have to actually reread this book, because I actually read the book for the reading, not to actually implement the knowledge. But I actually know a lot from this book, like 90 minute book, like, you know, you need remove distractions, yada yada yada, and everything. But generally, you will learn how to actually get the hard work done, like the actual deep work session, not the flow, but actually how to get the shit done 10 times faster. Like, well, literally, if you do, for example, in the book, there's like shallow work, which is like basically the opposite of hard work, like the deep work session. It's like opposite. You will scroll through social media at the same time. You will basically get distracted with those popping thoughts in your mind, maybe your parents or some shit, and that's basically the like opposite of deep work. And I already talked about in my first like videos about like I had the presentation, my first presentations, how to do the deep work, how to maintain deep work session, how to maintain focus, and so on. And so I recommend this book also. Like, this is like gonna change your like productivity like 10 times faster. Shit, like faster in 10 times, like maybe even 100 times if you get that perfect like deep work session and everything. And the last book is really interesting actually, The Alchemist. Like, this like a non-fiction, like a fiction book I meant. And this book is really great for mindset, because you cannot actually implement, but you will get this fighter's mindset, and you will understand that video editing is like a journey, like the process, like this in this book. Like I'm not gonna spoil this book actually. I'm just gonna stay quiet about the book. But there's like a guy who tries to find a treasure, and that's it basically. I just in nutshell basically, like that is the same thing with video editing, is a journey or the slash process and everything. And do what you love. Like, if you do not love video editing, then it's gonna be hard you to actually outstand from video editing and to actually create good shit that many people like, your clients like, and you will not get like, you will actually not learn that much. Your learning curve is like gonna be like way slower, because you actually may burn out because of some reason, because obviously you don't love to do this shit, because you know 9 to 5 is really hard and everything. Like, some jobs are like fantastic for 9 to 5 because there's like you don't have to commute, but maybe you will work remotely. Like that's the benefit of working like as a video editor. Like, you can work with remotely, like any part of the world and everything, and basically do what you love. If you do not love video editing, then find a find like something more specific. Maybe you do not like chopping the video. Maybe you want to like focus or more on animation. Like that's like a really like a certain thing that many like video editors need to learn. But hey, and so we just walk through all the books we need to read as a video editors, and how to actually learn the certain skills that we need to like actually record a video like about top 5 traits. And these books are gonna be really like important to actually learn these traits. So read and implement these books into your video editing of workflow and in daily life to actually become a better person in general. So if you gained any value from this video, then make sure to subscribe, because I'm gonna make more videos like these. And thank you for watching the video, and see you later. Peace.